Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning, everybody. Thank you, Kam and you, UNIMAS, for inviting me today. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, despite our busy schedule for our last week, actually today I have class actually at 9 a.m. as well, and when I accepted the invitation, I've forgotten that I have class on Wednesday. However, it's okay because now we are doing online learning, and then yeah, last night I had actually recorded a video and then prepare quizzes for my students, and then they are doing the assignment for this morning. So it was like, you know, the students were all like tarik nafas, lega, because tak ada synchronous class, because you know they are actually doing their assignments and so on. They need some time actually to prepare for their coursework. So you know, they were like, when I told them we haven't got class today, but I have prepared video for all of you, and they were like giving me roses because no synchronous class. Okay, all right. So actually, I would like to relate what we are going to discuss today with what happened, you know, with my students. Okay, they have class today at 9 a.m. and then I mentioned about not having a synchronous class, and they were relieved. Okay, so and then now they are doing whatever work that I have assigned to them. Okay, this is actually what I always do before pandemic COVID-19, whereby actually my class have been conducted in asynchronous when I have something, you know, because as Dr. Kartini mentioned just now, I am a very busy person, and now I am the Deputy Director in our Center for Development of Academic Excellence, and I have a few projects with Jabatan Pendidikan Tinggi, and I have, you know, if it is not pandemic COVID-19, I have been traveling every week. Okay, every week, a few times a week to KL and so on. So I had to actually be very flexible in terms of delivery of my teaching and learning. And actually for open distance learning, you have to do that as well. Okay, meaning that you have to consider your students. Okay, they might not be able to attend your class according to the timetable, the scheduled timetable, and that's why they will actually take the program, the ODL program, so that they are going to have the flexibility in terms of learning, and you also have the flexibility in terms of teaching. So that is the main point in implementation of open distance learning. Okay, compared to our conventional teaching and learning, okay, before COVID-19, yeah, before COVID-19, we can see that most of our lecturers, we were reluctant to use online learning because we feel much more comfortable to meet our students face to face. Okay, and until now, after 1 year of teaching online, we feel that, you know, we miss something. We do miss something, although I have been doing online learning for many years actually, but I still think that we need to meet face to face. However, because of this ODL, okay, because we actually might have to teach, if you are teaching an ODL program, you might have to teach your students 100% online, no face-to-face meeting, and that is what they required for their learning. So this is what I'm going to share with you all for today. Okay, the implementation of open distance learning. This morning, I'm going to share with you all on preparation of MQA-01. And then later this afternoon, I'm going to share with you all table 4, how to actually fill out your table 4. Okay, it is very important because most of us, we find difficulties to actually count the SLT of students. Okay, usually even the conventional program, we do have problem in filling the table 4. Okay, and for ODL also we will have problems juga lah to prepare our table 4. And then tomorrow I'm going to guide you on the preparation of SIM. Okay, SIM, self-instructional material, which is the most important component in ODL program. Okay, so for this morning, I'm going to share with you all first, okay. For your information, the referred document for the for our trainings today is Code of Practice for Program Accreditation, Open and Distance Learning, COPA ODL 2019. Okay, this document you can actually Google. Just share it. Okay, you can Google. This is the document. If you have any problem while preparing your ODL later on, you might want to refer to this so that it will be easier for you. It can clarify whatever confusion that you have while preparing your MQA-01. Okay, first of all, when we prepare MQA-01, okay, you might think that the pejabat quality, the quality office, I don't know what is the name of your quality office, but in USM we call it pejabat quality lah. All right, so you might think that MQA-01 is prepared by the pejabat quality, but actually not 100%, okay, because certain parts for this, for the MQA-01 need to be prepared by the program coordinator and all the lecturers that involved in that particular program. So meaning that you have to prepare on every part. I'm going to go to every part of from the area 1 until area 7. Okay, area 7, so that you will know which part actually is yours to prepare. Okay, meaning that for example, if you are a program or coordinator, okay, you are going to assist your lecturers to prepare some parts of the MQA-01. Okay, so for today's session, I'm going to highlight the actually important part, okay, important parts that will be done by the program coordinator and lecturers, okay, because I think that the pejabat quality, they will have some, for example, some areas like the area 1, some of the parts that you already have for your institution, the mission, vision, and so on, and the alignment need to be done by the program coordinator. Okay, all right, so let me just introduce you all to what is ODL first, because I think that if you refer to what you have experienced during pandemic COVID-19, it is actually not, we do the online learning. For example, in USM, we have been doing the online learning since April 2020, when the pandemic COVID-19 started. So until now, we are still doing the online learning. However, whatever we are doing now is not an ODL process, because we are just delivering without referring to the ODL program, the COPA ODL. So we are just doing it because we have to do it. All right. But for ODL programs, you need to actually look at the documentation and see how it can support you, or it can guide you in the implementation of the ODL program, because okay, during ODL, for example, UNIMAS is now embarking on ODL programs for certain programs. So you are a non-ODL institution. Okay, so I think that for ODL institutions such as Wawasan Open University, Open University Malaysia, and so on, they are well versed on this procedure, the ODL program procedure, and they actually prepared the whatever they have before they do the provisional accreditation. So this is what you are going to do now, okay? And as I was informed yesterday that the ODL program will be starting next year. So you have like around 6 months to prepare the documentation for PA, provisional accreditation. So you have ample time in preparation the document, because with our busy schedule and so on, I think that 6 months should be 6 months and over should be a good time for you to prepare all the documentation, as well as the most important part is self-instructional material that I'm going to cover tomorrow. So the SIM is the most difficult things to do, because it will involve the academic staff who are going to prepare SIM for their courses, okay? So, and it will involve their technical skills, their content experts, and so on. Also, their teaching and learning delivery. So that's why it takes time for a program to actually prepare the SIM. Okay, and at the moment, I'm reviewing at certain SIMs from private university, and they took like quite some time to prepare SIM for 7 programs that they are doing now. Okay, and yes, it takes quite an effort to prepare the SIM. Okay, however, tomorrow I'm going to guide you with the SIM. All right. Okay, so I was told also yesterday that the participants for today are the participants who are actually being assigned for ODL program, okay, to develop a new ODL program. And the first thing, I think that this training, this workshop is actually to prepare you as academics to embark on ODL program. Okay, so before you embark, you will need to know that the program should be ready. Okay, you you and your colleagues must also be ready in embark on ODL. The students also need to be ready, and the support team also need to be ready. So it is a overall system whereby we need everything to be ready before everybody is embark on ODL program. So it is very important that actually first this workshop we are going to look at the program. However, I hope that at the end of this workshop today, or at the end of tomorrow, the academic staff will be ready, as well as if you have a support team that will help you in terms of the delivery of ODL program. They are all going to be ready. In terms of student, you are going to prepare them, okay, before they embark on ODL, which we are going to discuss later. Okay, so these 4 is the important component in ODL. Okay, so please be ready, because I think that because of the pandemic COVID-19, some of the institution decided that they need to embark on ODL. Before this, I think that most of the ODL program offered were from the ODL institution. Okay, seldom we have ODL, non-ODL institution that applied for ODL. But now, actually, a few days ago, I have to say that because there are too many ODL programs need to be reviewed by MQA, and they have like less ODL assessor, because before this we have less ODL application from the institution, but now we have so many, and then I said that I I cannot do that because at the moment I have so many ODL programs to be accessed. Okay, so now we can see that the growth of ODL program is here. Okay, so let us just see what is actually open distance learning. All right, so in terms of MQA, all right, in terms of MQA, we refers to flexible education opportunities in terms of access and multiple modes of knowledge acquisition. Okay, I would like to highlight that, all right? If you are comparing what you are doing during this COVID-19 for 1 year, for example, and ODL, it would be different. Why? Because we are not that flexible in terms of delivery during this pandemic COVID-19 because we have that synchronous class. Okay, we have to take attendance of our students. We have to make sure that they are there during the class and whatever. Okay, but compared to ODL, we are making the opportunities flexible, meaning that they can access the content and the classes wherever they are ready, wherever they have time, and so on. So that's why synchronous class should be minimized. Okay, should be minimized. However, um, during our pandemic COVID-19, we actually try to do our synchronous class as much as possible, meet our students online as much as possible. But for ODL, we can actually minimize the synchronous learning for our students. Asynchronous is much more preferred because we are considering our student as maybe they are learning, they are enrolling to the ODL program because they are part-timers. Okay, they might be working during the day and learn at night, or maybe they have a few jobs to do, so that they will actually assess the course on whenever they have free times and so on. So that's why ODL is flexible, all right, as well as it can be accessed anywhere, anytime, anyhow for everybody. Okay, meaning that for institutions who would like to embark on ODL, they might want to have students outside, for example, outside Sarawak, for example, or outside Malaysia, and you are looking at students outside Malaysia, maybe from Brunei, or maybe from Saudi Arabia, maybe from China. Okay, and for example, in USM now, we have so many students from China. I have like 4 PhD students from China, and we have Doctor of Education also. We have so many students from China. So, and then because of pandemic COVID-19, they feel that it is convenient for them to learn online. Okay, and then and fortunately China, their time, they don't have time difference, so it might be okay to have synchronous class. But if you see that you got students from Middle East, Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and so on, they have time difference, whereby now if we are like 9:30 a.m., they are like early morning 5:30 or 4:30 in their country. Okay, so that we are making the content, the access flexible to everybody all over the world. So we are opening access to our university for everybody. Okay, so access means opportunity made available to all, freeing them from constraints of time and place. So remember, it is time and place. When we talk about time, that's why we don't actually focus on synchronous class. Okay, I was reviewing a program a few days ago, and then I found that they were like, oh, although they are actually looking at ODL, but still, you know, in their sim, they put it, okay, there is a mass synchronous class for this course, this program, and so on, which I disagree on that. Okay, because I think that the sim, self-instructional material, should be there, and the students will be able to access the sim anytime, anywhere. The time is actually very crucial, also the place, okay? And then in ODL, we are looking at multiple modes, okay? Meaning that you can have a synchronous class, however, you can actually have multiple modes. You have synchronous, also asynchronous, you have discussions, and then you have many modes of delivery system. Okay, before I forget, if you have any questions, please just unmute your mic and ask me questions, okay? Because I think we have only, don't have so many participants, so it is, feel free to ask questions so that it will be easier for you to have me answer your questions, your confusion, or whatever you have in mind directly. Okay?
Dr. Azidah.
Yeah.
Saya Azhar ya. Saya
Yeah.
just nak tanya, ODL PJJ adakah ianya dalam kategori ODL?
Ya. Pendidikan jarak jauh adalah ODL.
I see. Okay, itu soalan pertama. Soalan kedua, adakah MOOC dan ODL ni sama?
Okay. ODL adalah satu program. Okay. ODL adalah satu program di mana keseluruhan program itu ditawarkan secara jarak jauh. Okay. However, MOOC adalah satu kursus. Okay, satu kursus. Okay, so bezanya adalah ODL adalah satu program yang besar, manakala MOOC adalah satu apa orang kata kursus sajalah yang ditawarkan secara dalam talian, dan juga MOOC tidak semestinya ditawarkan oleh satu program. MOOC boleh berdiri dengan sendirinya, okay, dan ianya adalah percuma kepada semua orang lah. Okay, all people outside the institution, they are free to access MOOC. Okay, however for ODL program, kita mungkin, maksudnya bila kita tawarkan ODL program, ia akan go through MQA, okay, for provisional accreditation, and then kita, the institution, for example UNIMAS, akan offer kepada pelajar sama macam kita offer pada conventional course lah, maksudnya kita akan ada surat tawaran dan sebagainya. Tetapi kalau MOOC, it is free for everybody to learn, tak perlulah enroll dengan UNIMAS untuk join the MOOC, dia boleh belajar and so on. Kalau dia nak gunakan MOOC itu untuk credit transfer satu course, dia boleh apply kepada pensyarah yang offer the MOOC, dan pensyarah itu mungkin offer juga transfer of credit lah. Okay, tetapi kebanyakan MOOC sekarang ini tidak offer lagi transfer credit, kecuali ada beberapa MOOC dari Universiti UTM. Okay, ada bahasa Cina kot kalau tak silap saya. UTM pun ada, UMT pun ada. So tak banyak lagi MOOC yang offer transfer credit. Tapi MOOC adalah satu kursus, ODL adalah satu program lah kalau berdasarkan MQA. Jadi untuk, for example, untuk hari ni punya workshop, then it is about a program. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Dan kalau dalam ODL, dalam memandangkan ODL ni ada satu program, dan dalam program tu ada banyak kursus, dan let's say kursus, saya ambil satu kursus tu, saya MOOC-kan dia, boleh tak macam tu?
Boleh, tak ada masalah. Cuma bila you MOOC kan, maksudnya the students kat dalam MOOC tersebut bukanlah, tak semestinya the ODL student lah, bukan student UNIMAS semata-mata lah, but it can be done. It can be done.
Okay, terima kasih.
Sama. Alright, so apa maksud ODL ini? The terms open and distance learning reflect both of the fact that all, okay, or most of teaching is conducted by someone, yang saya tunjuk merah itu adalah penting ya, by someone removed in time and spaces from the learners. Maksudnya kalau bukan semua, okay, not all of the teaching some of the teaching is conducted online, okay, jauh berbeza dari time and space of the learners. Okay, jadi ni adalah definition by UNESCO dan dia yang digunakan secara menyeluruh lah di seluruh dunia. And then it is separation of teacher and learner in time and place, right? By call, Commonwealth of Learning. Sorry, saya punya saya punya mouse ni dia selalu bergerak-gerak. Okay, so then possibility of face-to-face meeting. Okay, meaning that we use mixed media courseware. Alright, involve two-way communication. The two-way communication will not be synchronous, it can be asynchronous and so on because we are providing flexibility. And then lagi satu perkara yang penting adalah one of the important thing is that we are providing learning resources. Okay, rather than attending classroom session, learning resources is the central feature of the learning experience in ODL, meaning that the learning resources is much more important than the teaching and learning at the same time, synchronous. Okay, the learning resources is much more important. It is the central feature. So that's why tomorrow punya session, SIM is very important because learning resources will be the main features in ODL. Okay, jadi for the ODL program, for example, UNIMAS is embarking on ODL program. We are looking at shift number 1 in PPT vision and mission. Alright, so meaning that UNIMAS is going to embark to make their program global, okay, untuk ditawarkan more than UNIMAS within Sarawak. Okay, for example, you are looking at more than Sarawak. Although our conventional program memang ada dah students outside from Sarawak, for example, people from Semenanjung pun also go to UNIMAS. However, masalah dia adalah they have to travel and stay. Okay, ada permaustautinan di UNIMAS. Okay, kena duduk di UNIMAS, belajar di UNIMAS and so on. Cuma sekarang pandemik je mereka mungkin ada di Semenanjung di rumah masing-masing lah. However, for ODL students, they don't have to come ever to UNIMAS to learn. They can stay in China, for example, for the whole 4 years program, or for masters for 2 years program, they are going to stay in their home country without having to go to Malaysia. Okay, so before you before a program embark on ODL, okay, jadi the faculty, the program coordinator must actually do a market survey to see whether you have demand on that particular program outside UNIMAS. Meaning that the demand has to, when you actually apply for provisional accreditation to MQA, you need to provide proof that the program has demand. Okay, you have to do the market survey first, meaning that tak boleh disebabkan oleh pandemic COVID-19, we have been doing the online teaching and then you say, apa kata kita offer this program, okay, Bachelor of IT, for example, secara dalam talian. Okay, sebab senang sikit lah kita buat online learning disebabkan oleh kita tak perlu pergi kelas dan kita boleh capai pelajar di luar, tak perlu mereka datang ke UNIMAS. However, yang perkara yang paling penting sekali, the program coordinator should do a market survey. Yang ini perlu diadakan, perlu ditunjukkan dalam bukti MQA-01. Apabila anda mengisi MQA-01, you need to provide proof that you have actually do the market survey that shows that shows there's a demand for this particular program. Okay, yang ini sangat penting. Kalau tak ada demand, mungkin the professional accreditation will not be accepted, won't be approved. Okay, sebab ada ya, sebab I am talking as a MQA assessor. We have actually institution that offer that apply for PA, okay, and then they don't do the market survey and it was rejected. Okay, so it is very important that the demand are there. All right, so appropriate process to design and develop curriculum. Okay, last time actually we don't allow a non-ODL institution to offer ODL for the current, for a new program. However, now MQA has been very flexible that you can offer whether a new program or you actually use the existing program for ODL. However, in your MQA-01, you need to show that appropriate process to design and develop the curriculum has been done. Okay, meaning that although maybe you are using the existing program, okay, you are going to just make it as ODL. Okay, the process need to be highlighted. The consideration of the suitability of the program to be delivered via ODL need also to be mentioned. Okay, how you actually, for example, you are going to do bachelor in engineering, where you have like workshops that students need to attend workshops and so on. So how are you going to cater that problem if the students are doing the course using ODL program? So they might not be able to come and use the facilities in UNIMAS and so on. So how are you going to cater that problem? So the appropriate process to design and develop the curriculum is very important. Okay, and then stakeholders. Okay, who are your stakeholders? Your students. Okay, and then your parents, the industry, and so on. All right, they are your stakeholders. So to offer a program via ODL, you need to actually have an ODL experts in your institution. Also, you might want to actually seek advice from ODL experts. I think that this workshop for today is actually have covered the ODL expert outside UNIMAS, because you have actually seek ODL expert guidance in terms of developing your ODL program. However, you might want to, if UNIMAS haven't got an ODL expert within your institution, you might want to appoint one. Okay, ianya boleh jadi, tapi saya rasa I can see that you have a few ODL experts, ODL, a few people that can be considered as ODL expert. Okay, they might not be having like Bachelor of Distance Education and so on, but with their experience teaching online and then do some ODL teaching and learning, they can be the ODL expert. We don't require them to be like having bachelors, but it is preferred lah, like people like me who have like instructional design background, higher education background, can be the ODL experts. Okay, and then
maaf, Dr. Azidah, ada soalan daripada Dr. Syarizal. Dr. Syarizal tanya, respondent profile for market survey juga dilihat oleh MQA ke? Perlu global profile ke? Soalan daripada Dr. Syarizal.
Okay, so soalan kita akan lihat, MQA akan lihatlah, panel akan lihat the market survey, tapi kita tak tengoklah the apa orang kata profiles, who are the respondent and so on, but try to get as much as apa kata wide sebesar-besar, seluas-luas tempat lah, okay, of participants. Maksudnya boleh dapat global lagi bagus. But actually, if you have the market survey, we actually don't see each of the profile for the participant. Tetapi as long as you have the market survey yang menyatakan bahawa program ini adalah mereka perlukan, then it should be okay. Jadi perlulah sampai nak pergi buat market survey sampai ke mana-mana negara di luar Malaysia, boleh berada dalam lingkungan Malaysia, okay, should be okay. Okay, so tak perlu, kami tak lihat profile siapa, kita just nak result the market survey saja. Okay, jadi maksudnya nanti saya tunjuk MQA-01 sekejap lagi, then you are going to look at where you are going to put that, and then di bawah soalan mana, dan provide proof of the market survey have been conducted, dah okey dah. Tak perlulah letak profile okey siapa yang menjawab ni. Tapi kalau you nak letak just some descriptive penerangan dalam market survey itu bahawasanya participants untuk this particular market survey datang dari beberapa buah negara, also can. Tetapi ianya as long as ada demand, kalau you dapat daripada Malaysia pun dah cukup. Alright.
Dia ada specific number tak Dr. Azidah untuk market survey untuk participants tu?
Biasanya lah kita ikut je maksudnya jangan terlalu sikit lah. Okay, kalau 30 tak cukup lah kan. At least kita ikut the survey methods, kalau dalam 100 should be okay lah. Jadi jangan terlalu sikit, katalah ada 10 orang je yang nak, then it is not the market survey demand lah. At least ada 100 or more, then should be okay. Alright. Kemudian requirements of the disciplines of the study. Okay, jadi if let's say macam saya dah mention earlier tadi, kalau disciplines of the study, meaning that for example if you are doing the Bachelor of Engineering, okay, katalah, okay, tapi saya jarang jumpa apa orang kata engineering punya program yang nak ditawarkan secara ODL, but mungkin ada. So you kena consider, you have to consider the discipline. If let's say they need to do practical work, they need to do some hands-on and so on, how they are going to do that. What are your arrangement, for example, if they are in East Malaysia, for example, okay, West Malaysia, so katalah dia ada di Sabah, not Sabah, in Kuala Lumpur, for example, have you made arrangement for them? Okay, what arrangement are you going to do if let's say they need to access labs, for example? So macam mana dia nak buat kalau dia tak boleh pergi ke Sarawak untuk conduct that lab test, whatever? So mungkin you kata you arrange with other university, public university, and then they will be able to give access to the students, to their labs, also with some facilitation from the lecturer from that particular public university. You can do that, alright? So jadi can be flexible, because ODL is a very flexible program, so you can actually do some alternative work if there are requirements of the discipline of the program. Okay, jadi tidaklah nanti you kena fikir, oh kalau dia buat ODL, kalau engineering tak boleh buat disebabkan oleh dia are far away from us, jadi tak boleh lah nak offer. However, kalau you can actually negotiate with other public universities and so on, mungkin ada arrangement pembayaran for using lab and so on, whatever lah kan, itu adalah masa you sediakan MQA-01. However, you can decide on that. Tak jadi masalah, because ODL program is a very flexible, so you can arrange for that. Alright. Satu lagi perkara, one more things that you need to make sure of is ODL system is ready. Okay, saya rasa, I think that most of us, we have our ODL system ready because of the pandemic COVID-19. I think that most of us, we have been using ODL. Like I think you are using Moodle system as well. Okay, ingat dah namanya. Alright, so meaning that the ODL system is ready. Maybe you would like to actually, the university would like to actually separate the ODL system and the conventional, meaning that you have two separate systems for ODL and the conventional program, because maybe after pandemic COVID-19, you know, it will be easier for management and so on. All right, like in USM, we have School of Distance Education, whereby we have two separate systems. The e-learning at USM is being used for the conventional programs that we have in the university, and we have another system for our PJGs because they are doing all the teaching and learning in their own ODL system. All right. Okay. Then ODL Coordinator. All right. So do you have ODL Coordinator for your program? Okay, ada tak ODL Coordinator yang telah dilantik? So nanti before you go to provisional accreditation, you need to actually have the coordinator, ODL coordinator ready lah, maksudnya dah ada surat lantikan dan sebagainya. Okay, bila PA nanti bolehlah tunjukkan, memang kena ada lah appointment letter and the CV of the ODL coordinator and so on dalam MQA-01. Okay. Okay, so yang ini penting. Okay, yang ini sangat penting. The ODL program, this is based on MQA requirement. Okay. First, apabila kita bercakap tentang ODL, we are talking about 60% of all courses offered in the program offered via ODL. Okay, so meaning that, all right, meaning that if let's say you have 100 courses, okay, if you have 100% in your program, 60% saja yang boleh di-offer, yang minimum courses yang di-offer dalam ODL. Maksudnya lagi 40%. For example, we go back to the engineering courses I mentioned just now. Okay, 60% might be offered via ODL. Lagi 40%, for example, practical. For example, student should be doing practical at the end of the program. Dia kena buat practical. Okay, the practical can be done face to face. Maksudnya dia kena pergi jugalah ke mana-mana company to do practical. Okay, it is included in the 40%. Okay, betul-betul. Yes. Okay, betul. So maksudnya praktikal boleh dijalankan secara face to face, hanya 60% saja daripada kursus dalam program tersebut dijalankan secara ODL. Okay, yang itu pertama. Meaning that 60% itu maksudnya ada beberapa kursus dalam that particular program yang boleh di-offer secara face to face. For example, if you have co-curriculum, for example, nak juga pelajar ODL join co-curriculum, so you might offer the co-curriculum face to face. However, it is you also need to consider lah the students and so on, bagaimana mereka akan go for the face to face and so on. Consideration must be done. Maksudnya 60% can be done online, tapi kalau tak boleh dilakukan sedemikian, you can actually do it 100% courses offered via ODL, because mungkin your students are in overseas, dia tak mampu nak datang ke ke UNIMAS. Okay, mungkin dia ada dekat Nigeria for example, dia nak join dan dia akan do ODL 100%, so all your courses, 100% courses boleh di-offer secara ODL. Okay, tapi minimum dia adalah 60%. Alright, itu program ya, itu program. Tetapi for a course to be considered as an ODL course, 80% of the student learning time need to be delivered via open and distance learning. Yang ini satu khusus. For example, khusus macam saya mengajar ICT in education. Alright, satu nama khusus. ABC 1, 2, 3. Okay, that particular course, 80% of student learning time need to be delivered via open distance learning mode. Meaning that 20% lagi boleh dijalankan secara konvensional ataupun face to face. Apa maksud di sini? Okay. For example, your teaching and learning. Teaching and learning selama 14 minggu, you are doing it online. Okay, buat secara online, tetapi you are going to have an examination. Okay, assessment. Okay, assessment. You nak buat juga face to face. You nak mereka datang dan conduct buat the exam secara face to face dalam day 1 di UNIMAS. So, the exam can be considered as the component of 20% tersebutlah yang boleh dijalankan secara dalam face to face. Maksudnya semua kursusan khusus buat online, tetapi exam mereka akan datang, sama ada dia datang ke UNIMAS atau dia kena buat di mana-mana pusat pembelajaran untuk menjalani exam secara face to face. Ianya boleh dilakukan sedemikian. Tetapi kalau nak buat 100% SLT online pun boleh, exam pun buat online, you ada e-proctoring and so on, you akan buat exam online, ianya boleh dilakukan. Tetapi SLT pelajar mesti 80% need to be delivered via open and distance mode. Maksudnya di sini petang nanti kita tunjuk dalam table 4, 80% mestilah online. Alright. SLT, student learning time, mestilah is supported through synchronous and asynchronous activity. Boleh ada synchronous, boleh ada asynchronous activities. Tidak semestinya synchronous ini adalah lectures. It can be anything that you, for example, you do discussion, okay, synchronous discussion pun boleh. And then you must also prepare self-instructional learning materials, which is SIM that we are going to cover tomorrow. And also you need to establish the PPT. PPT is higher education institution, need to establish learning support services. Okay, ini sangat penting, learning support services, but I think you already have this for your actually conventional programs, you know, your IT support service, help desk, for example, kalau pensyarah ada masalah tentang your e-learning platform, or if let's say they cannot connect with Webex and so on, so the learning support service is available to help them, the learners as well as the lecturers. So ini saya rasa telah pun establish yang mana boleh gunakan support service yang sedia ada dalam institusi. Alright. Jadi face-to-face session can be conducted through various modalities, virtual or physical. Jadi katalah you nak buat juga physical meetings, you can. It is 20% out of 80% SLT, student learning time. Ataupun kalau you buat a face-to-face session virtually, it is within the 80% of the student learning time. Okay, so this is important. Kadang-kadang orang keliru. Apa yang 60%? Apa yang 80%? 60% untuk semua kursus yang di-offer, boleh 60% boleh di-offer conduct via ODL, tetapi dalam satu-satu kursus mestilah 80% of the student learning time dijalankan secara open distance mode. Okay. Alright. So this is MQA COPA ODL. Ada seven areas. There are 7 areas of evaluation if you submit your MQA-01 for ODL program accreditation. Sebenarnya sama saja, same as conventional requirements. So if let's say UNIMAS already sending the MQA documentation and so on, so it is the same. However, there are some component that actually really need to look at on how the ODL components is being delivered, being considered, and so on. All right, so this is the same requirement. Okay, so main features and requirement of ODL, it is outcome based. Alright, so it is sama sajalah macam program biasa whereby we are looking at outcome based. Sebenarnya nanti when you actually do your learning outcomes program, PEO, program educational objective, program learning outcomes as well as course learning outcomes, ya. Okay, jadi kita akan consider the outcome based. We are looking at outcome based, whereby at the end of the at the end of the program, students should be able to demonstrate what, okay, upon completion of an educational program. So we are looking at outcome based. Alright, so the ODL expert will deal with the challenges of instruction and provide training as well as advice on ODL learning teaching process and practices. Okay, you might want to appoint ODL expert outside UNIMAS that will actually look at your instruction. Okay, what challenges of instruction that UNIMAS have in terms of delivering the ODL programs. Okay, and then the ODL experts might provide training as well as advice on ODL. Okay, for example, today's workshop, okay, I'm giving you some advice on ODL teaching and learning process, but it is not the only one. Maybe you can actually invite other ODL experts that will actually guide on various activities on teaching online. Okay, I can see if in ODL institution, they usually call a few experts so that they will be able to expose to new ways of teaching and learning, okay, online. All right, and then an electronic online learning platform. SIM. Okay, SIM we will cover tomorrow. Okay, and then an electronic learning online learning platform to conduct learning and teaching activities. Okay, this is important. Okay, walaupun kita tahu our lecturers, okay, for example in USM lah, okay, we have our e-learning at USM platform where we use Moodle, but some of the lecturers they said saya tak suka sangat lah nak guna e-learning platform ni sebab dianya complicated, saya rasa macam student susah nak access and all that. Alright, we have lecturers who say that even in our PJJ School of Distance Education pun sama jugalah. Masalahnya dia kata dia tak suka nak guna the existing platform. They would like to use other platform. Saya lebih prefer guna Google Classroom, for example. Okay, or I would like to use, I think that I prefer to use Moodle, for example. Okay, for ODL program, you must remember that you must use the online learning platform provided by the universities, and all the evidence of students' learning, students' interaction need to be there, okay, in the online learning platform that UNIMAS already prepared for ODL. Kalau untuk yang biasa, untuk program konvensional, it is okay kalau you nak guna whatever platform that you think that you the platform that you think you rasa comfortable to use. Okay, tetapi for ODL, please do use the online learning provided by the university. Sebab during MQA visits, ya, kalau kita lihat untuk ODL, kalau untuk program konvensional, kalau you all hantar PA untuk program konvensional, tidak akan ada desktop ataupun visit ya untuk PA. Tetapi kalau untuk ODL memang akan ada visit. Maksudnya untuk provisional, even untuk provisional accreditation, the panel MQA akan pergi ke, kalau bukan waktu pandemik, waktu dulu-dulu bukan waktu pandemik, waktu PA pun saya terpaksa pergi ke institusi untuk melihat the platform, untuk check the platform are ready, untuk semak the SIM and so on. Jadi kalau PA untuk program konvensional, institusi akan hantar saja documentation, panel akan check dokumen and then akan bagilah sama ada kelulusan bersyarat, kelulusan penuh dan sebagainya lah untuk PA. Tetapi kalau untuk ODL memang kena semak the online learning platform. Jadi sebelum you all submit for PA untuk ODL, you need to make sure that the SIM is ready, the platform also ready. Okay, inilah sangat penting dalam ODL. Kedua-dua ini, semua ni lah ODL expert ada bukti bahawasanya sebelum conduct the hantar PA, dah training untuk pensyarah, bagaimana nak do ODL and so on. Kemudian SIM, tapi SIM ini kita agak fleksibel sedikit sebab kita tahu ianya bukan mudah untuk menyediakan SIM, maka when you hantar the PA, at least the first semesters or first year SIM dah ready lah. Okay, kita tengok begitulah, maksudnya tak perlulah sampai year 4, for example bachelor degree, kita tak lihatlah lagi sampai 4 semesters, 4 tahun. So it's because kita faham bahawasanya ambil masa juga untuk siapkan the SIM. However, kalau boleh dapat lagi banyak lagi bagus lah. At least first semester, second semester dah ada, should be okay. Alright, so nature of interaction samalah synchronous and asynchronous. Let me check kalau ada soalan, tak ada ya. Alright, okay. Jadi in the ODL system, okay, yang ini yang anda kena lihat, you need to see whether the whole system is ready before you hantar the PA, Provisional Accreditation Form MQA-01 untuk di assess, di evaluate oleh MQA. Alright, satu sistem semua sekali kena ready, maksudnya online platform dah develop and establish. Okay, mode of interaction, synchronous and asynchronous dah di-plan. Nak buat asynchronous banyak mana, nak buat synchronous banyak mana. Alright, the self-instructional materials dah di-prepared and consider copyright. Ni esok saya akan, tomorrow I'll discuss about this because some of us might be using other people's materials and so on. Nanti akan tanyalah, boleh ke saya nak ambil daripada YouTube dan letak daripada dalam SIM saya? So we will discuss this tomorrow. Okay, but consideration of copyright is important. Also system support trainings, okay, academic staff, students and other supports, technical support. Jadi adakah the academic staff have been trained to do ODL? Ini adalah sangat penting. Kadang-kadang our academic staff pun tak ready nak buat ODL sebab nanti dia nak kena prepare self-instructional material ni. Okay, dia kena prepare sendiri. Jadi kalau dia tak prepare nak buat self-instructional material, maka agak susah juga untuk dia conduct the ODL. As well as the students, macam mana nak get ready, okay, nak prepare the students to be an ODL student. Mereka juga, they have to go through certain level of orientation program that actually prepare them to be an ODL student. Okay, sebab ODL is a very independent learning whereby they have to be very independent lah. Yang itu kita kena ingatkan kepada student ODL. That's why you all are here today, because you are going to guide them in terms of being an ODL student. Our support staff pun kena disediakan sebab they are going to actually support the academic staff as well as the student. Kadang-kadang tengah malam dia akan contact the support staff untuk minta bantuan sebab at night hanya di waktu malam saja mereka belajar, siang mereka kerja dan sebagainya. So actually the support staff need to be prepared jugalah untuk dihubungi 24/7 for ODL program. Yang ni sangat penting. Jadi kepada staff-staff yang memang terlibat dalam ODL, they need to know what are their roles in ODL. Okay. Self-instructional material. Okay, saya perkenalkan sikit. Saya akan berhenti rehat lagi 5 minit ya. Okay. what is self-instructional material? Hari ini saya just overview sedikit saja so that you tidak tertanya-tanya what is self-instructional material. Okay. Jadi dalam self-instructional material ini, we are looking at a mechanism, a system where all forms of interaction and delivery are integrated. Okay, esok saya akan tunjukkan contoh SIM untuk you all tengok. Dan mungkin itulah yang akan menjadi guide for you all to prepare your own SIM. Alright, so meaning that when we say about mechanism and system, okay, where all forms of interaction. So actually you as, for example, the instructor of a course, you are going to design the SIM so that the student feel that you are there. Okay, dia boleh jumpa pensyarah dia tetapi without meeting them synchronously. Okay, macam mana you nak deliver, macam pagi tadi lah, macam malam tadi saya buat, saya prepare for my 9 AM class for today, jadi saya sediakan video. Okay, I prepare a video and then in the video, biasanya untuk SIM, the video need to be prepared by the lecturers. Okay, yang itu sangat penting sebab nanti dia tak ada sense of belonging to the course. Biasanya kalau saya review SIM, kalau saya tengok terlalu banyak sangat semuanya ambil daripada YouTube sana, YouTube sini. Topik 1, dia ambil YouTube daripada orang ni. Topik 2, dia ambil YouTube daripada orang ni. Biasanya saya akan reject. Okay, for me that when you prepare a SIM, firstly, dalam SIM itu perlu ada introduction to the lecturer. Okay, mestilah ada satu video yang memperkenalkan who are you, okay, what is your expertise, okay, what they are going to learn in that particular course and so on. Okay, so yang itu sangat perlu. Jadi pensyarah perlu prepare the SIM by themselves lah, mungkin dengan bantuan instructional designer, but we need the face of the pensyarah to be visible in the SIM. Kemudian the program must involve a provision of appropriate self-instructional materials for self-directed learners. Apa maksud di sini? Maksud dia di sini, SIM itu memang kita dah letak dekat dalam platform pembelajaran. We have actually included the SIM in the e-learning platform, and then the students, they will be able to learn without us, the lecturer, using that particular SIM. Okay, dalam SIM ini perlu ada, in the SIM, you need to include the resources, okay, maksudnya bahan-bahan pengajaran yang berkaitan. Also, you need to include self-learning activities. Maksudnya activity itu memang dia, bila dia masuk dalam the SIM, masuk dalam, first dia akan login dalam the e-learning platform, okay, the ODL platform, and then dia masuk, okay, dia carilah kursus ABC 1, 2, 3. Bila dia klik the course ABC 1, 2, 3, dia akan jumpa, okay, satu instruction. Okay, please read the instruction carefully. Okay, first you need to read the resources provided, or you need to watch the video, for example. Then please do the self learning activities based on the topic from the video. And then after that, after do the self-learning activities, they are going to do self-evaluation. Maksudnya ada quiz, ada evaluation, tapi self-evaluation lah, maksudnya dia akan dapat terus jawapan dari aktiviti ataupun evaluation yang dilakukan. Biasanya kita akan buat quiz lah, quiz sama ada yang tidak perlu ditanda oleh pensyarah. Okay, remember it is a self-evaluation. Mungkin you, kalau you letak quiz, you nak letak juga jawapan. Okay, at the end of the self-evaluation, ataupun you letak, kalau you guna model, for example, mula-mula you letak quiz, minta mereka buat essay, and then di bawah lagi satu section you tambah label ke whatever, and then you letak dekat situ jawapan bagi essay. So you don't have to mark whatever you do because it is for self-directed learner. Dia buat settle and then dia boleh think, okay, saya dah siap this particular topic, I'm going to move to topic number 2. Okay, so that is the purpose of SIM. Jadi lecturers, you don't need to be there with the students all the time. Kemudian there must be a unit or section devoted to the design and development of SIM. Okay, you might want to have instructional designer lah to help with the development of the SIM. Mungkin we understand that our lecturers, okay, they might not actually be trained, okay, to develop video kan. Adalah semenjak PKP, semenjak MCO ni barulah try develop videos ni. Saya rasa kalau orang yang tidak biasa, kalau macam malam tadi saya siapkan saya punya video setengah jam dah siap settle, alright. Dan kemudian saya upload dekat e-learn dan hari ni pelajar saya boleh buat, saya ada satu video and then I have one activity that I prepared based on the video and then I ada self evaluation. Okay, simple self evaluation. Kadang-kadang the activity can also embedded dengan the evaluation lah. Sebab semalam what I did was I prepare the video, okay, video. Kemudian saya prepare quiz guna Quizlet based on the video. Jadi dalam situ mereka buat aktiviti sambil buat quiz sekali. So saya embed juga dekat dalam the e-learning platform for my student today. So itu boleh dibuat. Jadi disebabkan oleh kita, we as lecturers we seldom do video. So we might have when we develop the video, mungkin masalahnya adalah kita akan ambil masa yang lama. Kadang-kadang buat sekali tak jadi, sampai-sampai ulang delete lah. Jadi yang itu yang menjadi masalah. That's why you need instructional designer to help the lecturers to actually design the SIM. Okay, ada satu universiti yang saya tengok lah, yang saya cakap earlier, I am reviewing 7 of their SIM at the moment, and then what they did is the instructional, we design all the common features in the SIM. Okay, maksudnya instruction, you need to click here, what are the steps in the SIM, instructional designer akan buat. Kemudian for the videos, for the instruction and so on, instruction yang berkaitan dengan content, yang itu yang lecturer buat. And then the instructional designer helps the lecturers to do the video. Okay, yang itu juga dibantu oleh instructional designer. Sebab instructional designer, they don't know the content. The lecturers know the content, tetapi the pensyarah tahu, so they might want to work together so that it will be easier for the development of SIM. Macam saya tak ada masalah sebab kalau saya buat malam tadi setengah jam, memang setengah jam lah selepas main isyak, pukul 9 lebih saya start, and then 9.30, 9.35 saya dah siap, so saya siap satu SIM. Okay, SIM ini adalah berasaskan topik ya. Alright, so siap satu SIM dan saya upload dan student saya boleh buat terus. Okay, tapi I don't think, untuk orang yang tidak biasa buat video dan sometimes self-conscious in terms of looking at their own video, dengar suara sendiri pun macam peliknya lah suara dengar dalam video and so on. Alright, so they might need time for them to develop the SIM. Alright. Okay, yang ini I think that my last point here is that electronic learning platform, saya rasa boleh guna sedia ada, ataupun you want to make it separately for the ODL program, much more easier lah. Sebab I think that kalau ikut tanpa pandemik, the PJJ or distance ODL, they have actually more banyak aktiviti lah dalam online platform compared to the conventional. Walaupun kita guna blended learning, still our activities in the online learning platform are less. Cuma sebab bilangan khusus akan jadi lebih banyak lah kan. Kemudian lagi satu perkara tentang exams juga, sama ada katalah you all decided that for ODL you are going to do online exam for the programs, for example, so you must consider a platform for exams, okay, as well as mungkin you nak tengok e-proctoring, mungkin nak design e-proctoring. So dalam dokumen MQA-01 nanti you akan letak bahawasanya for exam online you have e-proctoring that have been designed, developed by maybe your IT person, or you might want to subscribe for e-proctoring yang kalau you nak subscribe sebenarnya dia agak mahal ya, macam kami subscribe to e-proctoring banyak jugalah yang kami subscribe tu yang paling murah, okay, still agak mahal jugalah. Ada kami review e-proctoring for exam sebab sebelum kami decide untuk guna e-proctoring, kami review beberapa e-proctoring dan kami dapati ada 1 tu sampai 2 juta setahun yang perlu dibayar lah untuk e-proctoring. So I think that you have IT department and so on, you might as well develop your own e-proctoring service if you are going to do online exams. Okay, buat dulu design, and then they will actually it will actually reduce the cost lah for the ODL program. Okay, so I'll just continue a little bit on SIM. Alright, so jadi for SIM, okay, for SIM for ODL program must be provided in the following ways. Okay, 1, adopting existing material. Okay, kemudian adapting existing material, creating original materials and other appropriate approaches. Okay, however, kalau saya sebagai pendek MQA, kita actually galakkan you create your original materials. Bolehlah sikit-sikit nak ambil daripada YouTube and so on. Alright, if let's say you are using, kalau you biasa guna Moodle, dalam Moodle ada plugin H5P kan. Dalam H5P tu mungkinlah untuk activity you can actually ambil video from YouTube and then you letak quiz dekat dalam H5P tersebut and you can adopt and adapt. Okay, yang tu okay, tak ada masalah sebab for student activity. But if you are providing resources to your students and ODL students, they don't meet you in real life, so better you create original material. Okay, let me check. Okay, Dr. Liu, how can we ensure ODL video purposes will not be accessible to public who do not enroll in the program? Okay, satu perkara, if let's say you develop your own material, okay, you develop the ODL video material, if you are using Moodle, then you can actually just save it as video and then you just upload the video in Moodle. So people who are outside the program will not be able to access. Satu, alright, so you can just upload. Lagi satu, mungkin you kata, alah nanti video kalau nak upload kat Moodle ni, sometimes e-learning platform ni, sometimes you try to upload video but you know dia pusing tak apa kata, tak upload juga. Okay, sebab internet and so on, or mungkin video itu terlalu besar. So make sure when you do a video, okay, it is bukan at least ya, maximum 15 minutes, okay, tapi lebih kurang 5 to 10 minutes only, micro videos. Okay, satu. Kemudian kalau you tak nak ianya accessible to public, if let's say you upload to YouTube, make it unlisted, so only the students who are having access to your e-learning platform boleh tengok lah, sebab you embed terus dekat dalam you punya e-learning platform. Jadi dia tak ada link lah. Kalau dia nak share, kalau dia cari di Google dekat YouTube pun, dia pergi YouTube and search, memang tak nampak. No, they cannot download. Kalau kita upload dekat e-learning, your e-learning platform, they cannot download and they cannot share lah. Okay, they can only view it in your e-learning platform, in your ODL platform. Okay, alright. So let me, okay, so meaning that if you do videos, don't worry about that. You can actually, and I would like to advise you, okay, because we have the department should have considered having intellectual property rights, license policies for learning materials and so on. Okay, jadi whatever, for example, you have actually, for example, ya kita dah susah-susah malam tadi saya dah susah-susah, I was like taking my time to do the video and suddenly I am afraid that people will use my video without my consent and so on. What can you do is after you have actually produce your video, please apply for copyrights. Okay, at least you ada IP for your copyrights for your video and so on. And please, yes, do copyright, apply for copyright for your SIM so that you have the intellectual property for your SIM. Okay, the SIM only RM60 saja SIM pula. Copyright only RM60. You can apply from MyPo. I think that the research office in UNIMAS can do that for you. In USM, the research office will actually do all the copyright for our whatever materials that we have. We have micro-credential and so on. Micro-credential is one types of self-instructional material. So yang itu kita memang bila kita dah buat, kita pergi buat patent, buat copyright, okay, RM60 saja. Then you will get a copyright dan boleh jugalah masuk untuk kita punya KPI sebenarnya. So don't think that you do ODL, you tak ada KPI and so on. Sebenarnya you boleh buat your SIM can be copyrighted and then you can use it as your KPI untuk research and so on lah. Jadi ia masuk. Jadi that is what actually we recommend for your SIM. Okay, so that you know, tak adalah rasa buat teruk-teruk lepas tu tak dapat apa-apa just untuk student learning saja. No, you will get so many things out of your SIM lah. Okay, alright, so I think I'll stop. Okay, now is almost 10:30, so I'll stop for like 10 minutes. Okay, then we'll continue for the rest of MQA-01. Okay. Alright, so saya stop sekejap di sini dan kita berhenti rehat. Assalamualaikum. Kita sambung semula.
Waalaikumsalam, Dr. Azidah.
Alright, kita sambung semula tentang self-instructional material. Esok kita akan buat lagi detail lah. Just for today saya just tunjukkan apa orang kata overview supaya you all tidak fikir macam mana lah self-instructional materials tu akan jadi ya. Alright, so how to design your self-instructional material. Jadi dulu-dulu sebab I've been as ODL assessor since 2011. Jadi masa dulu kita tidak required a very interactive self-instructional material macam sekarang, sebab masa tu biasanya apa yang dibuat adalah the self-instructional material disediakan dalam PDF sahaja. Kalau you all nak bayangkan, if you would like to imagine how self-instructional is looks like, it is like a module. Kalau budak-budak sekolah, it is like a module whereby dia ada tajuk, dia ada at the end of this SIM what you are able to do, alright, and then apa dia content, kemudian what is the content, and then dia akan ada activities, kemudian dia akan ada self-instructional material, self-evaluation. Kalau dalam PDF dia akan ikut turutan tu, tetapi sekarang kita tak nak lagi ianya berada dalam PDF sebab we actually can help the students more with interactive content. Jadi sekarang ni memang kita tak galakkan text only, okay, but if it is done as an e-book, maksudnya e-book meaning that it is a flip book, it should be okay. Alright, So you can also use podcast in your self-instructional material, okay? And then you can also do mixed mode or multimedia strategy, boleh guna pelbagai kaedah. Alright.
Pergi buat kerja dekat meja.
It is also asynchronous, okay? Tak perlu ada synchronous component for self-instructional material. Jadi tak perlu letak Webex punya link ke whatever dalam the self-instructional material, tidak perlu, okay? And then you might do some supplementary or complementary strategy, okay? Project work, audio video material and so on, okay? So this is the component and how you design self-instructional material where we are going to do tomorrow, okay? Jadi online learning elements for ODL, sebab you are all mostly a lecturer lah. I assume that mostly here are lecturers, so you are going to have same resources. You can prepare on various format. You can actually rakam video, do recorded videos, and then you can actually do podcast. Actually, most of us, we are not aware of podcast, ya. Rakaman audio, whereby you can actually rakam your suara sahaja in 5 minutes, for example, and you are going to give instruction to your students. You can share whatever audio resources. For example, katalah you mengajar marketing. Okay, you are doing a bachelor in marketing. You are teaching bachelor in marketing, and then you would like to give a scenario. Okay, scenario about marketing seseorang. Okay, somebody. Okay, Aminah has been doing some online. You bagi scenario lah, online marketing, for example, using Facebook ads and so on. So the scenario, you know, instead of using text in the scenario, you can actually read that scenario. Okay, in podcast you rakam and then you put in your SIM. It is much better when they read, when they listen to your story rather than they have to read. Remember, the ODL learners comes from various background. They might be working, and then if let's say you prepared them with an audio podcast, they might be able, for example, dia contoh ya, kita dapati bahawa mungkin student kita adalah pekerja they are technician, or they might be a cleaner, for example, tapi dia ada cita-cita untuk sambung degree using ODL. While they are cleaning, they might be opening your podcast, rakaman audio, and then they can listen to the scenario, and while they are doing cleaning, they can listen and they can brainstorm whatever task that you are giving to them. So that is how, you know, the podcast works. So tak semestinya you sediakan video. It takes time kan. Sometimes you think that, you know, kadang-kadang tengok video sendiri rasa macam alamak, tak best lah tengok muka sendiri, tak cantik, tak lawa dan sebagainya kan. So you might want to do only podcast. Alright, you can also do screencast, rakaman screen. Okay, and then narrated presentation, you can do animation and so on. So many things that you can do and put it in your SIM. Janganlah semata-mata video sahaja. And then even if you are teaching the same course in the conventional course, conventional program, you can actually record your classroom lecture and then edit sikit lah. Okay, you have also interactive content. So macam-macam lagi yang you boleh buat for the e-learning elements for ODL. Jadi bukan hanya video, sebab saya tahu some of us are not comfortable untuk buat video lah. Kadang-kadang memang rasa sukar sangat. Alright. Even kalau ada juru rakam video yang ambilkan video dengan kita pun, ianya satu masalah juga. Sometimes kita kena ulang dan sebagainya. It takes quite a hard work to prepare our own video lah sebenarnya. Jadi ini adalah komponen dalam SIM yang esok kita akan bincangkan secara detail how to do that. Alright. Dan other requirements for ODL, okay, yang ini the program need to appoint a full-time program leader or coordinator. Okay. Soalan yang biasa saya dapat adalah boleh tak? Okay, boleh tak can a program coordinator yang existing, okay, dia adalah program coordinator yang existing dalam program konvensional menjadi program coordinator for ODL program? Yes, they can, he or she can lah. Maksudnya kalau dia jadi program coordinator dalam program biasa, kemudian nak jadi program coordinator untuk that ODL program, boleh. Okay, tetapi maksudnya mereka boleh dan mereka ada adequate authority lah. Maksudnya dia boleh merancang effective delivery of the program. Tak semestinya program leader ini berlatar belakangkan ODL. Tidak ya. Sebab dia mungkin pakar dalam bidang lah. Bidang tersebut. Kalau management for example, dia pakar in the management. Okay. Jadi tidaklah semestinya berlatar belakangkan ODL sebab kemungkinan di UNIMAS sendiri you dah ada seorang pakar dalam ODL yang akan bantu ke semua program ODL dalam perjalanan pengendalian the ODL programs. So tak jadi masalah untuk pakar bidang menjadi program coordinator for the ODL programs. Okay. A conducive learning environment and proper facilities for the execution of practical based training in line with the requirement of the program. Yang ini sangat penting. Macam saya dah cakap tadi, if let's say you are going to do an engineering ODL program, so how about the facilities for the students to do any online labs and so on. Okay, yang ini you kena actually prepare at the beginning lah. Okay, kena prepare awal-awal lah. Tak adalah bila dah program start baru you yang cakap alamak macam mana ni bengkel mereka nak dibuat di mana. So you might want to actually prepare in advance. What are the facilities available? Okay, kalau mereka tak dapat datang UNIMAS, how can they access tempat-tempat lain yang ada similar facilities and so on yang berdekatan dengan tempat masing-masing. Usually dulu-dulu, okay, ODL program we has actually pusat pembelajaran ya, pusat pembelajaran. Biasanya PPT, pemberi pengajian tinggi, itu istilah yang digunakan oleh MQA atau HEI. Higher Education Provider, biasanya mereka akan sediakan pusat pembelajaran, tetapi sekarang tiada requirement tu lah. Okay, so meaning that kalau tak ada pun tak apa, tapi you must arrange for proper facilities lah. Boleh pinjam, boleh sewa atau boleh whatever, do MOU with other universities. You all punya ODL program, you datang dekat UNIMAS, UNIMAS punya program dia pergi dekat Universiti USM for example, so you can do that types of MOU based on your requirement, the requirement of the program. Okay, and then encourage innovation in teaching, learning and assessment. Okay, yang ini yang sangat juga penting, whereby sometimes when we do ODL, we lack of innovations. Okay, we think that in our mind, what we think of, we just want the content to be delivered to our student without doing any innovation. Remember most of our ODL, because think of your learners who are working, okay, they are just learning online and so on. So you need to do much more innovation for them so that they can actually engage in the content and delivery. So we encourage innovation, okay, many types of innovation so that you can engage your ODL students, okay. And then must obtain feedback from stakeholders to improve the delivery of the program outcome. So meaning that at the end of the semester, later on you need to get feedbacks from the students, from the parents, from the industry. Mungkin, okay, you might want to consider, let's say you are doing a program whereby you need, you will involve industry whereby, at the end of the program, students will be going to a certain industry, so you might want to get feedbacks from them whether the ODL program is appropriate for their company and so on. Kadang-kadang mereka tak nak terima pelajar ODL because they think that the ODL students they lack of skill. Tetapi sebenarnya mungkin tidak, sebab mereka bekerja dan mungkin mereka ada lebih experience sebenarnya. So you must, the PPT, the HDP must obtain feedback from stakeholders, alright, to improve the delivery of the program. Okay. Yang ini yang sangat penting sekali dalam MQA-01, okay, that you, the PPT, UNIMAS must offer appropriate orientation, okay, satu orientation, kedua developmental or remedial support to assist all ODL students, okay, including new students, incoming transfer students, and students with special needs. Okay, maksudnya di sini, okay, the meaning of that is, okay, before you start the program, okay, for example, your first intake, the first intake of the ODL program, if you are doing Bachelor of Management. So, what are the students going to go through before dia belajar dalam the ODL program? So they have to go through an appropriate orientation program. Ingat, the orientation program shouldn't be face-to-face. It can be designed as an online program. Maksudnya, how do you introduce UNIMAS to the students? Satu, how do you introduce the platform to the students? How do you introduce the delivery of the program to the students? Sebab kadang-kadang student they think that the lecturers will be available 24/7. So nanti malam-malam buta dia akan call lecturer, okay, doctor, I have problem with this, sedangkan lecturer baru nak tidur. So the orientation program will actually introduce them to self-directed learning. Okay, kena highlightkan self-directed learning kepada pelajar. We prepare the SIM. So mungkin ada introduction to SIM. Okay, what is SIM to the students and how do you use the SIM, for example, and how you use the online learning platform. Okay, it is very important that you offer appropriate orientation. Macam mana nak kenal UNIMAS, who are your VC, nanti kan student dah habis the program sebab dia ODL, VC UNIMAS pun dia tak kenal. Okay, for example. And then who are the lecturers, who they should contact if they have problems and so on. Okay, so the appropriate orientation need to be actually described in MQA-01 step by step. Apa yang pelajar akan buat during the orientation program. Okay, yang ini perlu dilakukanlah oleh semua program. Mungkin setiap program orientation dia berlainan, ataupun if you have a custom orientation program for UNIMAS ODL students, you might want to use that. However, mungkin certain program adalah sedikit perbezaan in terms of how you introduce the student about the program and so on. Yang itu perlu difikirkan step by step. For example, you will have 3 days program, orientation program to the student. So apa agendanya for the 3 days perlu dimasukkan dalam MQA-01 ya. Jadi bukan cakap okay, student akan melalui orientation program but you don't describe what are the orientation program that they are going to encounter. Alright. Juga please actually let the students in the MQA-01 you need to also inform, you need to also write, okay, what are the remedial support to assist all ODL students. You must remember that ODL students ni kalau you cannot engage them, they will disappear. Okay, most probably they are going to disappear dan you akan hilang student. So what are the remedial support? For example, if let's say student that enroll belajar selama 2 bulan, tiba-tiba dia hilang. So what are you going to do? What are the HEP going to do for to actually engage the student back dan sebagainya? Ini perlu diceritakan dalam MQA-01. Alright, because ODL learners may face specific and different learning challenges. Mungkin ada yang bekerja tidak tentu masa dan sebagainya. Okay, sebab kalau conventional student, they will be staying in the campus, jadi kita lebih mudah nak dapat. Kalau jauh-jauh pun dia akan duduk di luar, sewa rumah dan sebagainya. Tetapi your ODL learners, they will be scattered around the world. Okay, jadi you need to consider various remedial support to assist your students. So kenalah nyatakan dalam MQA-01 while you isi the MQA-01 later on. Okay, yang tu kena fikirlah. Program coordinator must take note about this sebab you are going to guide your lecturers about the remedial support. Contohnya untuk PA, kalau you dah masuk MQA-01 untuk PA, waktu penilai ODL datang dan kalau sekarang ni kita buat kita semak melalui desktop visit. So maksudnya dekat dalam komputer lah, kita akan tengok lah all the documentation dan juga kita still ada interview with the pensyarah, with the program coordinator and we are going to ask about this as well lah. Apa dia, what do you plan for your student if they have problem? What is the procedure and so on. Mungkin dalam website you ada chat box, okay, ataupun chat bots, okay, chat box or chat bots that will help the students to actually put in whatever problem or ask questions and so on. Mungkin itu adalah satu remedial support that bila dia ada problem, dia pergi ke website and then they will type what are the problems and then you say okay, our team will actually contact you as soon as possible. Yang itu pun boleh dilakukan. Alright, so you must rancang lah, you must plan, especially the program coordinator. Alright. Okay, so all student support service must be designed to cater for non-residential nature of ODL learners. Okay, ingat mereka tidak reside in UNIMAS. So kalau for example they need counselling service, okay, do you provide online counselling? Okay, they are not going to travel to UNIMAS only for counselling. So mungkin kena sediakan e-counselling for your students. Okay. If the help desk is crucial lah, okay, macam saya sebutkan tadi, kalau dia ada masalah teknikal, okay, dan remember even if they are ODL student, they might not actually be competent in using technology, in using computer and so on. Jadi technical support yang sedemikian is also crucial. Macam for example, they might not be able to log into your portal, e-learning portal. Dah masuk tak tahu nak buat apa. So, proper instruction need to be there for all students to be able to know the process of login and so on. Okay, so yang inilah yang perlu dilakukan. Ada ODL student service. And then, tadi ODL student service, student support ya. Now we are looking at you as ODL academic staff. You as an academic staff, sebelum ini kita mengajar secara konvensional. Even in pandemic COVID-19, we are actually try our best to cater the synchronous learning for our student. Tak kira lah tengah sibuk bagaimana, try to use synchronous, nak jumpa through Webex dengan students supaya we have the interaction. Alright, jadi mungkin dalam the program orientation, okay, you akan perkenalkan academic staff to the students. Also, this academic staff need to be also well equipped with the ODL types of delivery for their students. Meaning that, for example, to this training, it is good for you to actually be exposed to ODL. Tahu dah ODL ini tidak sama macam program biasa. Synchronous is not necessary, jadi tak perlulah buat 14 weeks perjumpaan. Every week you would like to do synchronous, not necessarily. Mungkin 5 kali satu semester pun sudah cukup untuk ODL synchronous learning. Okay, jadi tetapi macam saya cakap tadi, kalau SIM, for example, kalau dulu PPT or HEP, they provided us with PDF punya SIM. Tetapi sekarang, we don't actually recommend PDF punya SIM because it is not current. Okay, it is not current. Jadi kita lebih prefer interactive SIM. So, jadi the ODL academic staff, you all lah, okay, perlu current in your knowledge and skill in ODL. Maksudnya kena ada skill yang lebih banyak dalam teknologi, bagaimana nak mengendalikan pelajar-pelajar, your ODL students, okay. And then the pedagogy online is not similar to the pedagogy face-to-face, how to engage your students face-to-face. Takkan you nak bercakap macam saya ni kan, 3 jam bercakap sebab this is practical work. Jadi kalau saya nak bagi aktiviti pun macam tidak sesuai. Okay, tetapi kalau dalam kelas 3 jam to engage your students, mungkin sukar. Terutamanya ni silap meja ya, di this andragogy, betul lah, andragogy. So meaning that how do you, andragogy is pedagogy for adults, adult learner. Kebanyakan ODL students, they are mostly adults. Mungkin they are less fortunate when they were young, they were not able to gain access to university, dah kerja lama-lama baru ada duit dan boleh enroll to university using Apple A or Apple C, and then then you need to know how to engage adult learners. Lain adult learners than our current after matrix or after SPM students. So ada perbezaan di situ. Also their technical skills related to ODL. Okay, I have my EDD student. Walaupun EDD student, my EDD Doctor of Education. Okay, they are going through doctorate programs but via coursework in USM. Okay, that during this COVID-19, they have problem. Okay, bila dia masuk, for example, after PKP1, we had class, dia enroll in my class, dan dia cakap, okay, in this EDD course we have like pengetua sekolah, guru besar yang dah lama-lama, and then they are like 50s, okay, dekat-dekat dalam pencen, they continue for their doctorate tapi dia ambil coursework. So they have lack of technical skills. Jadi jangan ingat student semuanya pandai technical skills, disebabkan what happened to me was just the lecturers, my colleague who are teaching the same course, dia bagi arahan untuk upload bahan dalam Google Drive. Okay, and we were shocked that the guru besar, okay, guru besar our student, dia adalah guru besar sekolah rendah. She didn't know how to use Google Drive at all. She didn't know how to upload, and what we did was we have to actually give her step-by-step instruction on how to open. You need to go to Google Drive, you need to choose new, and then you need to actually upload, which our adult student, they did not know how to do, even they are actually guru besar sekolah. So you must expect the unexpected from this ODL student. They might be different, they might have different needs. Okay. Lagi satu, for academic staff, satu perkara lah kan, sebab kalau kita buat conventional class, rasanya ianya tidaklah susah sangat, tetapi when we are doing the ODL, mungkin it takes our time, especially when we are new to the ODL program. We are not used to develop our own video. We are not used to do interactive self-learning activities for our student. Biasanya aktiviti buat dalam Webex, mungkin you use breakout room and so on. However, in the ODL, you are not able to use Webex sebab mungkin yang hadir kelas tidak 100%. If you have 30 students, you can expect 15 only kalau you ada synchronous class. So, mungkin akan ambil masa kita lebih panjang. You must expect as academic staff, you might want to actually realize that, you know, kerja akan makin banyak. Okay, kerja akan makin banyak lah. Macam saya malam tadi, walaupun kelas saya bukanlah kelas ODL, tetapi bila ada kerja lain yang perlu dibuat hari ni, so saya kena fikirkan apa yang saya kena buat. Jadi malam tadi buat video. So you know, kalau biasa kita tak buat apa video, but in ODL we kena buat video. Mungkin sometimes, you know, student tak faham and then you must repeat or must do another video and so on. Okay, jadi memang kerja akan jadi lebih banyak. Yang tu memang kita tak dapat nak, apa orang kata, hindarkan lah. Alright, jadi dalam MQA-01, okay, mungkin pejabat kualiti perlu take note that you might want to have all the PTJ, mungkin dekan ke whatever lah, okay, might want to actually buat satu polisi recognition for staff academic that is involved with ODL. Jadi mungkin ada recognition tertentu untuk staff akademik yang mengajar ODL, mungkin sebab kadang-kadang dia terpaksa kerja sampai pukul 12 malam dan sebagainya. Jadi mungkin ada recognition tertentu through promotion, for example salary increment ke ataupun over and above, okay, bayar lain untuk the ODL punya program, or other remuneration such as incentive ke, to reward innovation. Katalah dia nak masuk pertandingan, okay, universiti pertandingan innovation, universiti akan sponsor all the entry fees and so on lah kan. Jadi tapi mesti nyatakan dalam MQA-01. Okay, jadi mesti transparent. Tak semestinya ianya ganjaran keuangan, mungkin juga ganjaran okay, if you are teaching ODL, so 2 hours ODL is equal to 4 hours of conventional teaching and learning time. For example lah, ini bukan ini saya just bagi example which is not monetary reward. Okay, mungkin adalah sedikit recognition supaya ODL academic staff will be rasa dihargai jugalah sebab kerja dia memang banyak. It is not equally the same as normal teaching and learning. Alright, jadi this is the ODL system ya. ODL system, okay, maksudnya di sini bahawasanya the system is the main kaedah lah, main tempat, okay, is the main place that, you know, giving access to the academic staff and the student. Jadi dalam sini you can see that, you know, for academic staff, they should have access to whatever ODL information that they need. Okay, the UNIMAS need to give trainings to the lecturers. Training tu bukan hanya tentang ODL, tetapi how to teach online, how to engage students online, how to use different pedagogy online and so on. And then they need to know content, how to do teaching and learning activities online, how to what kind of materials that need to be provided to the students, and then variety of assessment for the students. Okay, bukan hanya guna quiz semata-mata. Alright, then perlu ada staff yang mengajar, the staff, academic staff who teach ODL need to know different types of assessment that can be conducted to the students, the ODL student. Alright. Kemudian for students. For students, there is a need for the PPT for UNIMAS to prepare how you are going to do the orientation. Alright. And then how they access to the orientation. And then also if they need training, you need to give them training. And then you need to also provide them with innovative teaching and learning. So please do, that's why I mentioned earlier just now, all right? The academic staff who teach ODL can be actually considered with incentive to reward their innovation because we are looking at innovative teaching and learning via ODL. Jadi ianya must be transparent, okay. Jadi students will feel much more supported in terms of teaching and learning and assessment. And one more thing is analytics. Okay, dalam platform. Alright, this is for IT support ya. Dalam platform, for example, you are actually dalam kita punya Moodle, for example ya, kita ada learning analytics. So we can see the students access to the e-learning platform, to the ODL platform. Jadi kita boleh tengok bila dia last access. Boleh kita tengok dia activity in the ODL platform. Jadi this should be ready for the students, the analytics, okay. Jadi maksudnya pensyarah boleh tengoklah student ni Azidah ni dia dah masuk bila? Oh, dia masuk last 3 weeks ago. Why? Okay, kenapa dia tak masuk? What activities has she done? Okay, yang itu must ada untuk dilihat dan supaya the lecturers can support the students. Okay, mungkin dia ada masalah dan sebagainya, so then you can contact the student lah. Jadi analytics is one of the crucial things in ODL. Okay, jadi we need ODL support for academic staff and student. Kena ada help desk. Okay, UNIMAS must provide help desk for both academic staff and student. Bukan hanya student tetapi academic staff must also be supported. Alright, and then monitoring. Okay, both of the students, okay, and staff must be monitored. Kadang-kadang bukan apa, ada dalam kalangan staff akademik yang tidak dipantau, okay, dan dia kata dia dah buat kelas, but dia tak buat kelas and so on lah. But actually sebenarnya tak patut terjadi sebab we should have prepared SIM. Jadi SIM tu yang akan bertindak sebagai the teacher. Kita akan support the SIM only. So monitoring process should be there, but for mostly for students, okay. And then facilities. Mungkin the ODL students, they don't need much facilities lah compared to yang residential punya students, but we might provide facilities. For example, you are offering Bachelor of IT online. So what facilities are available to them? Kalau dia perlu guna certain software, for example. Okay, jadi macam mana dia nak dapat software tersebut? Kalau macam di USM, kalau student biasa, they can access, for example, SPSS, okay, untuk student biasa lah. Okay, dia boleh pergi, they can go to our IT department and then they can install the software, kan? Tetapi for ODL students macam mana? What facilities are provided to them? Okay, yang itu kita pun, contohnya kalau you ada masters, okay, dia nak guna untuk dia punya research, guna SPSS, guna whatever. So how are they going to get that particular service from the university? Okay. Also feedback from the students. okay, they need feedback or you are going to give feedback and so on. Alright, kena ada also security, system, assessment and so on. How are they going to do their assessment, especially in terms of examination? Nanti petang kita akan cover the table 4. Alright, so how are you going to put your assessment? Macam mana nak buat assessment? Alright, so if you have final exam, ada certain course ya, mengikut pengalaman saya yang mana professional bodies required for online exam. Dia tak nak juga, dia kata wajib untuk buat exam tetapi it can be done online but with online invigilation. Kena ada invigilation, kena buka kamera and so on. Alright, so yang ini mesti telah tersedia. Okay, the system, okay, how are you going to do assessment and so on. So the ODL support for academic staff and students are crucial lah from the institution. Jadi from the UNIMAS, this must be ready before the ODL program is conducted. Alright, so belum conclusion lagi. Okay, so just now I just go through what is ODL sebab when you know what is ODL, then you can go to the documentation. Okay, like I said earlier, all right, this is the code of practice that you can refer for whatever if you are not you need to know something about ODL. Everything is here. Jadi saya pun refer kat sini if let's say I have confusion during my visits and so on. Okay. However, for program accreditation, kita ada di system mapping. Just open. Okay. This is MQA-01. Biasanya usually we have this document for provisional accreditation lah, MQA-01 ODL ya. Jadi untuk akreditasi sementara, selepas akreditasi sementara barulah dah habis program itu berjalan, nearly finish, then kita akan dapat full accreditation lah. Okay. Ini adalah contoh yang saya sediakan for ODL program yang mana which one that I highlighted in red, okay, are the most important things in ODL. Jadi academic staff, okay, and the program coordinator must prepare this for the pejabat kualiti lah. Pejabat kualiti boleh isi mana-mana yang apa orang kata similar for every program, tetapi for a certain specific program, the program coordinator or the quality person in the department, in the faculty will help to fill it. But mostly ada beberapa perkara yang need to be actually done by the lecturers also coordinators. Okay, so yang ini perkara biasa lah. Alright, the name of the higher education provider. Alright. And then this one is macam biasa, alright. Okay, and then the methods of teaching. Okay, yang ni you need to highlight synchronous learning and asynchronous learning for your ODL. Okay, jadi you tak ada no face to face because we only put the dominant ones here. Alright, dominant ones. Okay, and then this one, mode of delivery is ODL. Okay, so immediately we know that this is an ODL program. Okay, so this is the same as although it is an ODL program, the duration of study should be the same. Okay, ODL ke tak ODL ke should be the same. And then your entry requirement should be actually reviewed. Okay, mungkin you akan guna Apple C or Apple A. Okay, you boleh refer pada MQA punya documentation lah what is Apple C and Apple A. Alright, so mungkin you nak guna so that you know you don't only rely on the SPM or matriculation or whatever. Okay. And then this is the estimation of first intake. So kalau you start in 2022, so the first graduate should be in 2025 or 26 lah kot kalau 4 years kan. Alright, lebih kurang macam tu. Okay. Silap. Betul tadi. Salah tengok. This is 22. Alright, intake for maybe it is January. Okay. Intake, and then this is the graduation to 26. Alright. Okay. Types of jobs on position. Okay, you will know lah according to the requirement, the course, the program lah, apa nama course tu. Then you, yang ini sama saja macam program conventional. It should be similar lah. Okay. Yang ni saya tak nak cerita banyak sebab this is the tugas of the pejabat kualiti. Okay, kena ada scroll and so on. Right, yang ni tak ada kaitan, yang ni pejabat kualiti. Okay, so these are the things that need to be done in MQA-01. So I just tunjuk this one, this MQA-01, that you will know that which part on MQA-01 yang program coordinator and the faculty need to be actually focused on. Okay, yang mana pejabat kualiti yang akan buat is semua easier because it is similar to all programs. Okay, jadi yang ini akan disediakan oleh pejabat kualiti lah, PPT, Vision and Mission. Alright, this one. Okay, soalan tadi. Alright, outline the overarching open and distance ODL policy on HEP. Provide evidence and explain how the department has considered market and societal demand of the program. So in 1.1.1, you must actually give a proof of market and societal demand. So yang ini fakulti kena buat. This need to be done now lah. Okay, from today katalah. So you kena sediakan questionnaire about give to respondents, cari stakeholders and so on. Adakah mereka merasakan this program will have demand? Okay, so then kena letak appendix. You mungkin letak appendix di tempat lain lah, tapi you akan cerita di sini, proof. Mungkin kata market survey was conducted in August 2021 and the result it can be seen in the attachment, appendix 1 for example lah. Jadi you akan letak lah what are the content of the market survey. So yang ini memang kena buat, the program coordinator and the lecturer and whoever lah yang dibagi task kena buat dia dan bagi proof of the market and societal demand. Alright, okay, so ada provide evidence dan sebagainya, 1.12, okay. Okay, then state the outcome, program educational objective, learning outcomes, learning and teaching strategies. Okay, so you must have your PEO, alright, based on your program. Okay, PEO, alright, and then your PLO, program outcomes, also come from the department. Okay, from the faculty. Okay, at the end of the program, students will be able to do what? Okay, biasanya if you are using the same program as meaning that you are going to copy the conventional punya program, then should be the same lah. Ataupun you ada ubah sikit-sikit, you akan ubah sikit-sikit, maka you need to update dekat sini lah. Alright, so kalau ianya adalah program baru, so kena buat PLO. Your PLO for the program. Okay, yang ni biasanya fakulti kena buat. Okay, pejabat kualiti dia tak tahu nak buat lah sebab it is not their program. Okay, alright, so then mapping PEO, dan kita ada 5 PEO for example, and then 5 PLO, then you need to map it out. Okay, the matrix. Okay, and then alright, yang ini constructive alignment, you kena terangkan. So yang ini biasa ya, macam biasa dalam conventional program. Okay, yang ini, okay. Satu perkara yang saya nak highlight, walaupun ini program ODL, you must make sure that all the classes ikut MQF, the latest MQF level descriptors ini, okay, semua PLO kena map to all the learning outcomes lah, the 5 classes of MQF learning outcomes, okay. Jadi yang ini kadang-kadang bila saya pergi audit, alright, ada yang dia tak program, dia punya PLO tak map pun untuk semua cluster ini. Jadi wajib ya, semua PLO mesti cover all the 5 clusters. Okay, 5 clusters. Okay, saya just teruskan. Yang ini lebih kurang sama. Saya just nak highlight tentang ODL. Okay, yang ni. Alright. Tengok ya. In the document, dikata describe the provision including availability of a unit devoted to the design and development of learning materials. Okay, SIM yang saya nyatakan tadi. Jadi maksudnya, alright, memang there should be a department or unit lah. Okay, unit tu kalau ada seorang boss and seorang staff should be okay dah. Okay, janganlah you kata unit you nak satu unit yang besar with all the designers and so on. Okay, sebab you are just embarking on the ODL. Kalau ada seorang pun should be okay sebenarnya. Okay, so that jadi you kena cerita lah dalam sini bagaimana unit itu berfungsi dan sebagainya. Alright, so memang and how do they help the lecturers in terms of preparing the SIM. Okay, jadi please practice dan indicate the autonomy of the department. Okay, in designing and design the curriculum. Okay, and then the autonomy ini adalah for the faculty. Okay, macam mana fakulti ada autonomy untuk design the curriculum for the ODL program. Okay. Remember, always refer to appendix. Kalau you cerita-cerita tapi tanpa appendix, it won't be acceptable lah. Okay. Alright. So this is for ODL juga. Jadi you must prepare jugalah. You need to prepare. Who and how are the stakeholders, including education and ODL experts, consulted in the development of the curriculum? Okay, for example, you are doing a bachelor in marketing. Alright, marketing. You think that, okay, kalau saya ada, the program has already consulted an expert in marketing. That is not enough. Okay, that is not enough. You need to have maybe ODL expert, outside ODL expert, or maybe juga internal ODL expert that can help to advise you on the development of the curriculum. Remember, ODL delivery is quite different. For example, if let's say you are focusing on people who are doing ODL from the industry. Okay, macam mana dia nak buat? How are they going to do their practical work? Okay, you need ODL expert juga untuk help you to recognize boleh ke tidak practical dibuat sebegini rupa. So the ODL expert can be from inside your institution or mungkin dari outside kalau tak ada lah. Jadi mungkin you boleh tanyalah, you boleh seek advice from them. Alright. Curriculum ni biasa sama macam similar to the conventional. Alright. This one component of program should be similar juga kepada dengan conventional. Alright. No, 3 credits should be 3 credit value, cost should be 120. Sebenarnya we actually prefer if let's say you have 3 credit cost, the total of the credit value should be 120, for example. Kalau boleh, try to make it 120 lah. Okay, kalau lebih sejam, okay lah. Jangan terlalu banyak sangat. Alright. Okay, so yang ini yang sangat penting. Table 4 kita akan cover later. Alright, tetapi kita, when I check table 4, sebab when we do table 4, usually the table 4 is prepared by individual lecturers. Okay, jadi kena pastikan the course learning outcomes is betul lah. Okay, measurable. Later on I'll cover that. Alright. And then CLO, how the CLO map to all the PLO. Okay, and then student learning time. Okay, we'll cover later on. Okay, so now this is important whereby I explain the appropriateness of teaching and learning methods applied to achieve the objective and learning outcomes of the program. Okay. Jadi, for example, yang ni contoh ya bagaimana ianya dinyatakan. Alright. So, meaning that you need to explain. Saya rasa yang ini boleh disediakan oleh pejabat kualiti lah, what they provided to the lecturers and the students. Okay. And then this particular explanation also mentioned about the team has provided the SOP and disaster recovery and backup plan. For example, what if your platform is in a server? Okay, so what happened if the server down? Okay, and then during the server down, the lecturers already prepared a quiz at the similar time. So what are the backup plans to maybe the students will be able to do the quiz at the same time? Or what are the backup plans so that the students will be informed of the instances and what they should do and so on. Alright, yang ini sangat penting. Okay, mungkin the quality team lah yang akan buat ni ataupun the support team yang akan actually prepare the contingency backup plan. Biasanya it is being done by the IT department. And then you see here, the provision of appropriate self-instructional material for ODL learners. HEP is required to submit complete SIM for courses year 1 of the program. As I mentioned earlier, okay, you need to provide the SIM for courses in year 1 of the program, tahun 1. Okay, jadi tak perlu buat tahun 2, tahun 3 lah. Okay, at the moment masa you hantar the PA, tetapi tanggungjawab, it is the responsibility of the lecturer to actually complete the SIM for all courses in year 1. Jadi maksudnya if let's say in year 1 you offer 4 courses in semester 1 and 4 courses in semester 2, so 8 courses of 8 SIMs should be actually developed for the program. Let me have a question.
Yes, there is a question, Dr. Azidah.
Okay, first, Dr. Yuhaida, could you share the slide and current presentation? Of course, later on I'll share, okay? All right. I will share everything that I share for today and tomorrow so that you will have, you know, you can review afterwards. No, don't worry about that, all right? Okay, Dr. Liu, will ODL graduates receive identical scroll? Yes. The graduates will actually receive identical scroll and without mentioning the ODL in the degree. Meaning that, for example, Bachelor in IT, Bachelor of IT, for example, they are going to receive the Bachelor of IT dan tak ada kurungan ODL ke apa. ODL is just delivery. Okay, but the scroll will be the same as conventional one. Yep. will the courses taken be transferable? Yes, meaning that actually ODL is just delivery. That's why we are looking at appropriate delivery so that the whatever experience that the conventional student will have will also be experienced by the ODL learner, because their degree, for example, their scroll will be the same, okay, and then the courses actually can be transferable to the conventional course. For example lah ya, ada seorang scenario dia, there is a students, they have been, she has been she has been doing an ODL program lah, okay, for 1 year. 1 year dia dah go through an ODL program whereby suddenly masa tu dia sedang bekerja. The first 1 year she had actually been working, so that she had to take an ODL program. Okay, the scenario is like that. Then the second year suddenly she got a scholarship, and then she able to do full-time study, and she would like to actually go to enroll in a similar program, but with conventional methods, meaning that she is going to go to UNIMAS, she would like to reside in UNIMAS and so on. All right. So then she said, because this is a 2 different program, but with similar names, with different delivery. So she said, can I transfer whatever I had actually gone through using the ODL program? Okay, she has actually take, for example, 20 credits, okay, during her first year, for example, and then the 20 credits she would like to transfer to the conventional, or maybe slightly different course. Mungkin for example, before this she was doing Bachelor of IT dalam kurungan in bracket multimedia, and then she would like to actually do a conventional program, but in the bracket Bachelor of IT in the bracket programming. So she can do that. She can transfer whatever courses that she had done in the for the Bachelor of IT multimedia to the Bachelor of IT conventional in programming, for example lah. Okay, macam tu. Yes, they can transfer as long as the the faculty will review the transfer, whether it is suitable to be transferred to the new course and so on, the new program, then that should be okay. Okay, meaning that actually ODL should produce the same quality of graduates similar to the conventional program. Okay. Okay, normally what is the practice? Same fees to both approaches? Yes, same fees. Okay, meaning that, or maybe you want to revise. Actually, it is up to the university lah kan. Maybe the ODL might have a different fees from the conventional one, and then but actually I'm not really well versed on the fees itself, but usually for USM lah, for USM we actually, for the ODL we have higher fees compared to the conventional one. Okay, higher fees because the workload of the lecturers and so on. Okay, so but not too much lah, not too much different between both of the practices lah. Okay, all right. Okay, so so meaning you must remember lah the faculty, you need to actually have your lecturers to prepare all, especially the lecturers who are teaching first year courses. They need to complete their, for example, you are going to submit your PA in February 2022, meaning that all the first year SIM should be ready. So tomorrow I'm going to show you this sample of SIM, all right, tomorrow. All right. And then unit, okay, I think you have that, all right. You have that lah, okay, unit or section that manage the design and development of SIM. Remember, SIM will be developed by the lecturer, however, the unit will actually assist in terms of technicality, maybe helping the lecturers in terms of making all the SIMs almost similar, the instruction and so on, okay. Okay,
Dr.
let me
Azidah.
just go. Yes.
Dr. Kartini. Apa nama tadi kan earlier on 1.1 ke apa tadi juga ada bertanyakan tentang unit yang responsible untuk design and development of SIM. So sama juga lah dengan dia align kan dengan jawapan yang kat sini juga kan? Ke adakah ia berbeza?
Ianya sama.
Sama kan? Okay.
Sama, ya. Ianya sama disebabkan oleh yang ni kita isi sajalah. Maksudnya yang tadi in my slide sebenarnya that was your preparation lah. You need to prepare that. Alright, jadi bila dah prepare dekat dalam the slide yang saya sediakan tadi, so nanti you boleh masuklah ke unit already actually established, and then dekat sini lah kan, this one. So you akan cerita lah, there is an ODL center dedicated in designing and so on. This is the same one as the slide tadi. Just this is within the document MQA-01 yang mana ianya you will answer that lah later on. Tapi kena set lah earlier so that when you hantar you dah ada center ready. Gitu. Unit pun tak apa.
It doesn't have to be a new unit kan, existing unit such as our center, apa tu, applied learning and multimedia.
Your CAM kan?
Yes,
boleh. Boleh. Meaning that dalam CAM itself mungkin dah ada designer, mungkin dah ada whatever lah kan, instructional designer, and you have lecturers who are working on designing whatever lah. You can use that
ada
as
instructional designer, Doktor, tapi kita ada team e-learning unit team yang responsible for online teaching and learning as well as MOOC development support.
Dia boleh.
Which
boleh.
Okay,
You
alright.
just actually it is actually kalau ikut MQA memanglah dia advise to have instructional designers, tetapi kalau kita fikirkan dalam university, our public university, we don't have the apa orang kata privilege on having the jawatan instructional designer kan, kita tak ada pun. Jadi then you can actually describe as apa kata sebaik mungkin bagaimana unit itu berjalan lah, berfungsi. That should be okay. Alright.
Bantu
tak
dan
perlu ada pun.
Okay. Alright. Thank you, Doktor.
How the unit support je lah.
Thank you. That's clear.
ODL. Alright. Okay. And then this one ya. Sekejap saya balik ke dalam unit mungkin nanti boleh cerita lah the unit actually help the ODL lecturer, faculties and so on. Okay, apa yang provided by the unit ataupun online, for example, okay, do trainings for the lecturers, and that is the support for lecturers. Sebenarnya one you need to actually support the lecturers. And then yang ni actually very comprehensive penerangan lah di document. Yang ini sahaja. Okay, evidence how department ensure effectiveness of delivery. Sebenarnya when you describe, you just describe what the lecturers are doing lah for the ODL program. Okay, jadi boleh terangkan how the mode of delivery. But I would like to actually highlight the one that I put in red, a mixture of some of the following teaching and learning methods will be used, okay, to achieve the program learning outcomes. Okay, maybe interactive lecturer, virtual classroom, tutorial and so on. So I think that these actually will be done by the lecturer. They know what they are doing. They can describe whatever methods they are doing for the ODL program. Okay. Kemudian yang saya ada meaning that it is kalau is actually pejabat quality is preparing this particular is preparing the documentation that yang what saya letak hitam tu sama untuk program yang bukan ODL lah. Alright. And then state how the department obtain feedback and uses it to improve the delivery of the program outcomes. This is important sebab feedback from ODL students lain dari feedback from conventional students. Okay, jadi bagaimana nak dapatkan feedback mungkin dalam online, secara online, macam kami di USM we use online teaching and learning assessment whereby we embed it in our portal terus. So meaning that now it is open since the middle of the semester to make sure that the student will actually give feedbacks. Kadang-kadang pelajar kita lupa dan sebagainya lah. Okay, mungkin juga you will have one like some regulation if you don't fill in the penilaian khusus online, then you won't get your examination slip, for example. Ada orang buat, ada institusi yang buat sedemikian jugalah. Alright, so that was area 1. So area 2, this is the same as 2.11, same as conventional. Okay, cuma the description must be according to the ODL program. Okay. Saya akan tumpukan kepada because in here there are many so you are going to provide the information to your pejabat kualiti lah. Alright, so how do you describe how variety of assessment methods and tools including innovative technique. So what innovative technique that you use while you are teaching ODL, how it differs from the conventional methods. Okay. So this one, all right. Explain how the department ensure the validity, reliability, integrity, currency and fairness of student assessment over time and across sites. Okay, ODL environment if applicable. Okay. One thing that I would like to highlight is because people, and also the industry thinks that when our students are doing ODL programs, they are more exposed to cheating, cheating. Sebab bila kita buat exam, kita buat test online, they said that students are able to copy and paste during exam and so on. So in here for 2.2.2, you must explain how the HEIs or how do you as lecturers ensure that your student assignment is reliable, they don't copy and paste, they don't take they don't download from any check, for example, CHEG, check.com, whereby they can buy assignments and so on. Okay, how do you make sure that your assignment reliable and so on? This is the process. The explanation. This explanation is very important for ODL environment because some industry they think that ODL environment is not the graduates that produced by ODL programs are. Maksudnya banyak yang meniru lah, banyak buat dapat keputusan yang bagus, good result because of they are exposed to various plagiarism and so on lah kan. Jadi yang ini you need to explain how do you ensure the validity. Mungkin you turn it in or maybe in your platform they are not able to copy and paste, maybe whatever, even your exam can, because we are talking about student assessment. So maybe your exam will have a proctoring or they are using lockdown browser during their test, for example, your Moodle system, you download the Safe Exam browser, and then the students are not able to open any other browser during test and so on. All right. So that is the security features that you need to highlight for this section. Okay. And then, okay, this one. So indicate the guidelines and mechanism that have been put in place to address plagiarism among students. Okay, because we are doing ODL, then you can highlight it in or whatever measures that you are using for your program. Another thing that is quite important is this one. Okay, assessment. All right, so the review assessment methods in the program. Because this is an ODL program, so how do you actually, how the faculty or the program review the assessment methods? Okay, how do you consult the external assessors, the examiners, students, alumni? Maybe you don't have an alumni yet for this particular program, but maybe you can consult for the conventional alumni for how do we best evaluate your students. Okay, so this will be actually put in table 4 later on, walaupun we have the module outline table 3. However, this number of assessment, learning outcomes, okay, this is table 3, tapi number of assessment and the SLP for the assessment will be discussed more this afternoon for table 4. Alright. One more thing is I would like to highlight the examination process. Mana the examination process for ODL. Ya. Tapi
Doktor,
yeah.
just nak tanya, memandangkan ini semua adalah online, agaknya berapa turn-in similarity percentage yang kita boleh guna pakai?
Sebenarnya ianya agak sama je, dia sama macam program biasa, tetapi dia terpulanglah pada institusi masing-masing lah kan. Then you can decide sebenarnya. Alright, dia tak ada, because you need to actually discuss with your online committee. Okay, bagaimana, apakah similarity internet in 30% ke whatever lah. Okay, tapi sebenarnya itu bergantung kepada your justification as institution, and if you would like to put it in the documentation, you can also. Jadi dia macam sebenarnya tak sepatutnya sama je, sebab kita sebenarnya kalau pelajar biasa pun kita akan go to the turn-in dan sebagainya, dan kita akan check the similarity and so on kan. Jadi sepatutnya tidak berbeza lah, cuma mungkin ada concern in terms of sebab ianya ODL, mungkin you nak naikkan to 20%, kalau biasa 30% tapi ODL you nak 20% similarity only, then boleh lah. So, it is the policy of the institution. Okay, saya ya.
Okay, terima kasih.
Alright. Mana? Okay, satu yang saya nak highlight adalah examination. For examination, okay, saya pun nak cerita examination. Okay, examination. For example, you have an exam for ODL program. Okay, dan ODL program tidak sama macam program biasa ya. It is not similar, whereby kalau for example in the conventional program we are doing vetting question. Okay, kita buat soalan vet, soalan peperiksaan for our student, for the program. Biasanya kita akan buat dulu soalan, the lecturer will do the exam questions, and then we are going to have a vetting process, and then kita akan simpan soalan di bank soalan dan sebagainya, bukan di bank soalan, di bilik kebal and all that kan. Ianya akan diceritakan di bahagian ini. Alright. Walau bagaimanapun, alright, for ODL program whereby everything is online. So you must actually describe how the security from the lecturer. For example, sekarang ni all the lecturers are working from home. Katalah dia work from office tapi dia sediakan two sets. Remember, you need to produce 2 sets of exam papers for the semester course, for example. Jadi ada 2 set. So from the lecturers, how are you going to ensure that, because it is online, the online exam is distributed to the vetting panel. Jadi katalah dia kena email soalan peperiksaan itu kepada vetting panel. So how are they going to send it to the vetting panel? Okay, how do you encrypt the documents? Kalau dia katalah di dalam Word document, you kena letak password dekat dalam dokumen itu. Then when after the lecturers has put password, they have to actually make it as attachment in their email. So how do they actually put password pula? Okay, ada second level of security whereby ada password untuk that particular soalan dalam email. Jadi bila email tu dibuka, bila dia klik nak buka the attachment, okay, please provide password, and the password will not be given in the same email and so on, kan? Jadi the process need to be clarified here. Okay, jadi maksudnya itu proses vetting. Kemudian bila dah sampai kepada the vetting panel, what they are going to do, maybe they are going to have a Webex meeting untuk bincangkan, then how do you differentiate between the kertas soalan yang awal dengan kertas soalan yang akhir. Are you using the review document here for the vetting kertas soalan? Yang tu, everything need to describe here so that you are ensuring the security, okay, of the documents, okay, the exam document. Also, setelah itu macam mana pula ianya disimpan? Okay, how do the final exam punya documents akan disimpan oleh admins? Okay, oleh admin, dan bagaimana dia kumpul dan simpan. Okay, for example, if let's say later on you are going to upload it in your examination portal, how are you going to upload? How are you going to make sure that the access of exam question is limited? Mungkin hanya the lecturers will be able to upload the exam paper in the exam portal, and then only the certain people of the examination unit will be able to access the examination question and so on. And how do the student access pula the online exam portal? Okay, how do they, berapa orang yang boleh masuk dan sebagainya, yang itu perlu diceritakan dalam District 2.3.2 dan ianya sangat penting. It is sangat penting. The vetting process, the examination process and so on need to actually be clarified. It's not that easy lah. Kita buat conventional lebih mudah. Kita kata dah hasil sekali, hantar je kat bilik kebal, kunci, settle. Alright? But in online environment, it is much more hard and difficult. Okay? So I think that is, and lecturer or faculty need to highlight that. I don't think, although the pejabat kualiti will know the procedure, tetapi apa yang you all buat might be different from one faculty to the other. So, so this one, okay, very important as well. So into macam continuous and final assessment available and communicate to the student. Mungkin you ada portal, okay, ada portal, biasanya adalah kan, you have one platform for our e-learning platform, for the online platform, and one is for the sistem maklumat pelajar whereby dia punya result, dia punya all particulars ada di situ. Alright, so okay, appeal biasanya macam biasa sajalah, macam conventional. Okay, I think I said that, alright, because I have actually described this document. Okay, so what I would like to highlight in this MQ-01 adalah because it is crucial. Okay, it is crucial. Cerita dengan betul, dengan tepat dalam the MQA-01 when you actually hantar, you submit your provisional accreditation for your ODL program. Okay, itu sangat penting. Other than you my document, whatever I highlighted, especially which I could react tomorrow, if you actually produce the SIM, then answer you should to get your accreditation lah or the ODL. Okay, remember that the most important thing is all students, the possibilities, platform ready. Okay, student, lecturer, platform, also support. Okay, the 4 is ready. Okay, and it is they are also reliable. Okay, the 4 tu dah ready, kena reliable lah. The lecturers need to be reliable. Okay, the support system need to be reliable. The platform need to be reliable. Also, that after that, all the 4 will be connected, and insyaAllah your ODL program can be done mengikut apa yang. Okay, for MQA-01, setting dekat sini. Alright, if you have any last question for MQA-01 before I start.
Doktor, just nak bertanya lah, tapi yang ini mungkin tak ada directly berkaitan dengan apa yang doktor kongsikan tadi, tapi ianya berkaitan dengan ODL. Pada pandangan pribadi doktor sebagai mungkin yang pemeriksa MQA juga auditor kan, program degree ataupun program master yang mudah untuk kita apply ODL ni?
Okay, so saya pada pandangan saya lah, yang saya dah banyak audit MQA, ODL for MQA. Biasanya kita start untuk ODL program for master, lebih kepada postgraduate. Master is much more easier for any institution to start sebab satu, they are adult learners, then they would like to pursue, mungkin market demand adalah lebih tinggi berbanding dengan bachelor degree. Okay, sebab bachelor degree satu it is 4 years dan ianya mungkin mengambil masa untuk your faculty lah untuk get ready for the SIM and so on. Lepas tu master ni dia ada MPU, untuk degree you have MPU courses, you have many courses, mungkin they have to go co-curriculum, dia ada latihan industri and so on. So for non-ODL institution, it is much better for you to start with master's program whereby mereka semua dah ada degree dan mereka mungkin sedang bekerja dan mungkin dia berniat untuk pursue the masters for certain keperluan lah kan. Jadi bila you like to design the ODL program, it is much easier jugalah you nak embark on the ODL program kan, baru first time. Jadi the 2 years of master program will be much more easier for you, the faculty, for the lecturers to prepare. Lagi satu sebab they are adult learners. So you can prepare tidaklah terlalu sebab adult learners, they are much more self-directed compared to budak-budak yang lepas matrix and lepas SPM. So for me lah, and I tengok kebanyakan ODL programs yang first kali di offer, saya sekarang ni pun tengah review berapa yang saya cakap tadi, 7 programs yang sedang saya review sekarang ini pun semua master. Ya, semua master's program, tak ada pun bachelor, sebab bachelor agak susah sikit lah untuk, bukan tak boleh, macam kami di USM kami ada juga PJJ kan, dan ianya perlukan kebiasaan jugalah dan ia akan melibatkan ramai staff akademik. untuk permulaan. Jadi kalau master kita tak melibatkan ramai staff akademik, so you can actually focus on preparing the SIM and so on for certain apa orang kata tidak terlalu ramai staff akademik. Jadi tak adalah fakulti bergelut dengan kesukaran untuk train the lecturers begitu. Okay, itu pendapat saya lah.
Okay, terima kasih.
Okay, ada soalan lagi?
Ada soalan lagi ke yang nak tanya dengan Dr. Azidah?
Ada. Assalamualaikum Dr. Azidah.
Waalaikumsalam.
Saya Yuhaida daripada Masa Universiti. I just nak recap just now that because just now the line tu breaking up, so I just want to clarify to recap whichever that you shared just now. Ada soalan yang ada Dr. mana yang Mr. Liu or Dr. Lee Kim Sing asking about the transfer credit, whichever ways. So it means that ODL, you can even say example that you explained just now, we can credit transfer lah even it's not in the same discipline, right?
Yes, as long as the faculty terima lah. Okay, meaning that credit transfer can be done actually macam biasa saja. The process of credit transfer sama, although it is ODL program, tetapi kalau fakulti tu kata kos itu boleh di credit transfer because of adalah dia punya persamaan dengan certain cost, then it can be done. Jadi dia sama saja proses dia.
So it's similar lah if you want within the university punya program or the other university. It's the same method lah. Different will be slightly. ODL they should complete by more than 2 years example. So they will have shorten complete lah if they join the conventional method.
Yalah, maksudnya sebenarnya sama saja, maksudnya how they kalau dia nak bagaimana kalau dia nak transfer daripada conventional punya transfer kepada program lain, sama saja. Kalau ODL program pun kaedahnya sama. Dia tak ada beza walau 1% pun tak ada. Sama, sesama-sama.
Even to other institution lah, sama lah kan?
Ya, betul. Boleh transfer kepada institusi lain tanpa masalah.
Thank you so much.
Sama.
Ada soalan lain ke yang nak tanya dengan Dr. Azidah? Tapi kalau
Dr. Azidah,
alright.
saya nak speak kepada UKM. Saya nak tanya, pengalaman Dr. Azidah accredited ODL ni, how macam mana you nak tengok detail mana yang interaktif tu berlaku dalam LMS? Adakah cukup ada feedback and then jawab ke nak kena tunjuk bukti macam mana yang interactive section tu berlaku dalam LMS?
Okay. Alright. Yang ini sebenarnya akan cover esok SIM. Tetapi generally lah sebenarnya kalau you dah prepare SIM, kita takkanlah pula auditor memang tak akan tengok sangat interaction yang berlaku. Maksudnya kita takkanlah check ada interaction ke whatever lah between the lecturers and the students. Okay. Tetapi kita just nak tengok the readiness of the SIM tu ada provide activity ke tidak yang boleh menyebabkan student interact dengan pensyarah dan sebagainya. Tetapi kita tak akan tengoklah the level of interaction aktif ke tak aktif ke dan sebagainya. That is the tanggungjawab of the lecturer and the PPT lah, the ICP. Tetapi kita tak akan tengok in detail sangat lah macam tu. Kita just nak tengok bahawa SIM is ready, provide interactive activity, interaction between the students and the lecturers as well as ada self-evaluation di situ. Jadi tidak terlalu detail lah. Itu.
Terima kasih.
Sama.
Ada lagi ke soalan?
Hello, saya Leo. Hello.
Ya, Dr. Liu.
Dr. Azidah, mungkin saya tidak dapat dengar tadi pasal tak tahu sudah you bercakap tentang tempo kah? Ada minimum tempo kah?
Untuk?
Tempo. ODL program.
Ianya sama macam program biasa.
Oh, okay.
Tempo untuk ODL sama saja macam program konvensional, meaning that kalau program you are going to do master in business administration. Kalau 2 tahun diambil dalam program konvensional, dalam program ODL pun sama. Tiada beza.
Lepas tu ada student mungkin dia lambat dia punya progress, so dia boleh dalam 4 tahun juga kan, double kan?
Boleh, samalah. Dia kan ada minimum time, ada maximum time. So you can follow the conventional punya apa orang kata? Whatever requirement of the conventional, sama saja. Cuma delivery saja berlainan.
Alright, okay. Thank you, Dr. Liu. Okay, I think that's all for our morning session. Thank you, Dr. Azidah. So we will stop now and then we will start at 2 p.m. for the afternoon session. Alright, so please stay tuned until towards the end of the workshop ya, supaya kita dapat input yang lebih banyak daripada Dr. Azidah. And then so kita break sekarang dan we will start at 2 p.m. menggunakan link yang sama. So before saya stop, saya nak tunjuk QR attendance. So for those who are not yet scan the QR attendance, so you can you will do so lah ya. Alright. So jangan lupa ya, pukul 2 petang kita mula semula. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Azidah.
Terima kasih.
Thank you so much.
InsyaAllah pukul 2 jumpa lagi.